So Smackdown was very good in Chicago, Illinois. So anyone to subscribe in this channel, anyone to subscribe to like a top 80 channels. So okay, you get one membership and one descriptions below on my screen below. So here's a new channels at the top below, and like any channels is at the top below on my screen. And two separate ways. It's so much more. So let's go break down Smackdown tonight in Chicago, Illinois. Tonight. So I also like about the announcements and referees. So this was a great matches that they have on this Smackdown. This was amazing for that. So let's go break down live tonight. So this is a last time for Science and last time is now. So I'll go with 10 out of 10. So this was a good Smackdown tonight. I'll go with 10 out of 10. So let's go live right here. So it was speaking of the one last time in the Atlantic City. After a Smackdown was opened with a quick recap of class in Paris before Simon Sinek made his way just marching down the ring to kick things off his former parents in Chicago. After he snuck into response from the crowd for a bit before. After was speaking to the crowd chanted, "Thank you, John Cena." At the end he said it meant a lot coming from the Chicago crowd, and he said after he came out with nothing but plans, and after it was just happy to be there and wasn't here, so a crowd said after saying his name, John Cena. So it was also said this wasn't not just his last time in Chicago, but it was his last time appearing on Smackdown. After he reminisced about making his debut in the same building over 20 years ago, after he was acted like he wasn't about to leave when Sami Zayn music hit, he reminded him and Simon Sinek that he made his debut by tossing him with a U.S. title, and now he holds that belt, and so he wants to bring back the open silence with John Cena and the amazing. So Adrian Cena and said it was a good idea. And then Sami Zayn about Sonya's State fight over to the title right and then in years after some predicting Simon Zayn finally agreed. So I mean this was a good promo announcement from Cena, and because it felt going having it lead into a match against Sami Zayn was icing on the cake. So I think it's kind of wild to think that this was once in a lifetime when Zayn was going to get booed in Chicago, and so the crowd gave him a warning welcome You see, it's a new T-shirt had it mostly of the Cubs in the designs. Engineering science is appealed that it was the Chicago fans who brought CM Punk back to WWE and not so the fact that he was fired from AEW. I thought for some reason Sami Zayn was getting some booze. So in next match we got John Cena will take on Sami Zayn at US title. I just at the match and we got started and when we returned from a commercial break and they began with a simple This was look up to squash that lead to Sami Zayn hitting an arm drag and set the underdog and from the underground it had the upper hand for a few minutes. But it kept the pace somewhat. This was slowing down when Cena sold each move a little more and then he needed to, but it way to so the crowd was popping for his comeback. After both men took some big bumps and during to the break, including Blue from the bomb and from the Sami Zayn and Cena hit the AAA when we returned. So after but he only managed to get a 2 count. Sami Zayn managed to kick out of the second AAA before hitting a sponsored simplex, followed by a hoodoo kick for a 2 count. Cena even hit a CTS, but he still couldn't get to the pan. In the ring, Cena hit the attitude adjustment from the middle rope, but he was unable to follow it up with a cover that it was Brock Lesnar music hit, and he came out little. So after he grabbed Sami Zayn and hit the F5 before hitting one on John Cena. So these two have always looked really together, and so there was a little doubt that this will be insoluble. It might not have been the kind of match that they could have put on 10 years ago, but both guys just look good. It would have been nice to get a clean finish, but Lesnar, the point was almost a forgone and inclusive. So this match is no contest, this match. So there wasn't no real reason for Sami Zayn to be getting booed in the Chicago crowd. I just sort of decided to do it. I thought those who do not remember Sami Zayn injured himself during his debut entrance into another match and ended up working a whole match with a bad his solo. Anyone seen it news Kevin Owens pop up bomb to CM Punk CTS, Roman Reigns the spill, and Kurt Angle Cecil and Angle Slam. Now I remember that day too, last time. So it makes sense to get Damian Priest. Here we go, one-on-one against Aleister Black. Once it has Damian Priest was making his way to the ring, Aleister Black attacked him from behind and drove him into the apron. He sent Damian Priest also a barricade with a running knee and hit and then the set into the middle of the ring. A wasn't treated to his opponents. After we returned to see police heading back to the ring, deposit muscles telling him not to has soon as he got in Black started kicking him. Anybody by the time the bell rang, so also a family was looked like he didn't even know where he was. Black went right back on the offense as a dozen police kept trying to get up. After we returned from our break to see the Deuce destroy, and wasn't getting mad that he couldn't put Jimmy Priest away. And the former World Series began burning up at some moment as he made a comeback. After he slammed Black onto the announce table, and maybe Russell is, but Black was able to lose the referee as a strategy should hit Black mask was the win in a few moments later. After the away this match began made it seem like and it would be short, but they ended up fighting through into more segments and had a desperate showing along the way. The ball meant like to lose a lot of strikes. The soldiers about it had some stiff shots. And it went on this match. Alistair Black. And he went to Miz and Mo and some asking Nick all his best days for the tag title match best days. And Nick Aldis said, so it says, not tonight. Also has Bacon Liz was arriving in a SUV and it's a kick and Black had a ringside must look important and Black must look great. And next match got Claudia may go 1-1 against Missing and US title. Also, our second United States Championship match. Also at night, we saw Claudia on defending a title against the woman who beat Kiana Sims from last week and was missing. And they wasted little time picking up the piece. Missing sent Claudia out outside the ring, but that allowed the Beneful Madness to hit a neck breaker onto the floor. After we returned from the break to see both women in 20 punches and headbutts with a little help from Kiana Sims, and Claudia was able to hit her wrestle for the pan. And both of these superstars are talented competitors, so they found their groove right away and worked well together to put in soul performance. Whatever this had been longer or didn't have a break into the middle, it would have been much better. Anyway, on this match, Claudia won the match. And also the pre-tape this package. And just a video package for Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton was good. And just the amount of time between the beginning of the match and the break was way too short. WWE has been doing that a lot lately, and it makes it harder to get into the match right away. So, after between this tonight, so ladies and gentlemen, we have big breaking news that of tonight in Chicago, Illinois. She's back. AC Lee is back. Sylvanas appeared into the crowd before the final break. After we returned, Becky Lynch arrived into the ring. The man after dismissing the crowd for searching for someone else. Into when Becky Lynch said about shut up crowd, they did to her shut up. And CM Punk said, "You never to a crowd of fans never shut up." That's what CM Punk said. After someone else has soon has she got on the mic and she wasn't to insult every Chicago sports team to get as much heated as possible. Just when CM Punk decided to show up, and they tweeted some insults and making them slap Punk into the face several more times. So the straight edge superstar finally brought out and was AC Lee is back to the massive pop. Into when Becky Lynch tried to attack, but AC took her down and started beating on her. When Punk watched, when this model has his wife took care of the business. After the show is ended with AC slipping into Punk's arms and this hug. Andrew has set a crowd seal. Yes, it was highly predictable into a graphic, but it didn't stop the from being a great moment. AC Lee has been missed for so long. It is great to have her back, even when it's just temporary. Is the final word. Andrew on Friday's Smackdown was light on a massive with only 3 taking place across the entire the 2-hour show. Everything else was promos, video, package, and basket assessments.